What's up YouTube? This is Big Fish and this is another reaction video. This is a re-upload. For some reason my sound wasn't on so you couldn't hear them talking, but you can hear me just fine. Before we start, there's two announcements I want to make. The first one, Trump banned transgender females from playing in biological female sports. Woo! And then our second announcement is our Army recruit is at its highest it's been in 15 years with 350 people registering every day. We're loving it right now. Trump is bringing it back. He is making people inspired and he's kicking ass right now. Also, we got Catherine RAMPELL with Scott Jennings, our man. We love Scott Jennings. Trump got rolled by Mexico and Canada. Do y'all believe that? Let's get into the video.
Catherine RAMPELL, I want to start with you. According to the White House press secretary, quote, Canada is bending the knee just like Mexico. Is that what's happening here?
This is hilarious to me because Trump got rolled by both of these countries and no one, least of all Trump.
Did you see Scott's face? I just stop it right there. Scott's like, Are you playing with yourself? Okay.
Trump seems to have realized it. Both the leaders of Mexico and Canada have agreed to do what they have already been doing. It's just that Trump didn't seem to know about it. Like, for example, the president of Mexico said that she would commit to having 10,000 troops at the U.S.-Mexico border. Guess what? There are already 15,000 people there, military troops from Mexico there, and have been there for years. Trump didn't seem to notice this. Same deal with Canada.
So why is there fentanyl and terrorists coming up from Canada? Coming down from Canada, I should say. And then why is there the cartel and fentanyl coming up from Mexico? Is she just spitting propaganda that she... gosh.
Prime Minister Trudeau said, aha, we're going to spend $1.3 billion on investing in border security. Guess what? They announced that $1.3 billion last year. Oh, but they're also going to have a fentanyl czar and they're going to have 24/7 eyes on the border. You know, this is about saving face, I guess. I don't know if nobody informed Trump that there are no actual concessions here, but that will, of course, not stop him from claiming victory.
We have certainly seen the claim of victory. Scott Jennings, I'm not going to act like Republicans are still a party of free trade that they had been in kind of iterations past. There's obviously been a transformation and a willingness to at least somewhat embrace what President Trump has made so clear as a focal point of his really entire agenda. But there are some Republicans that have raised some concerns about it, including this one. Take a listen.
What about tariffs against our allies?
It will drive the cost of everything up.
We know that tariffs, yes, like this gentleman just said, it's going to make everything go up, but it's a short-term problem for a long-term beneficial. I'm going to say that again. It's a short-term problem for a long-term beneficial. It's going to hurt us. It's going to hurt us poor people. I ain't making over 50K. I'm making under that. But I make it. I'm surviving. I know what I can afford and what I can't afford. I don't go on expensive trips. I will be going to Europe for 2 weeks in October. That's my one big expense. But outside of that, I'm saving money.
In other words, it'll be paid for by American consumers. I mean, why would you want to get in a fight with your allies over this?
Because they're letting whatever they want go through the border. Not anymore. Now with Trump in the house, baby.
You know that guy somewhat well. Scott, former Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, your former boss as well. Is he wrong here?
Well, I think that question was posed on 60 Minutes last night. Let's fast forward to what's happening right now. There are no tariffs. There's a pause on this because, as has been reported by CNN and every other news outlet, both Mexico and Canada have reached agreements today with Donald Trump to do what we want them to do, which is to put people and technology and resources at the border to stop the flow of people and drugs, illegal immigration, stem the tide. That is the whole point of this exercise, and that is apparently what is happening. And yes, there have been some troops there in Mexico. This is an agreement to do permanent deployment. And yes,
somebody count how many times she blinking. Is her eyes dry or something? Somebody help her.
This stuff in Canada was already announced, but now they were dragging their feet. Now their feet are held to the fire. They've got 30 days to really implement, and they can't pussyfoot around anymore. So the point of this exercise today, to me, had less to do with trade and more to do with saying to our neighbors, you need to be better neighbors. We are more important to your economy than you are to ours, so you need to help us with our serious problem, which is illegal immigration and people dying from fentanyl. And they both said yes today, and that is a win for Donald Trump.
You know, Ashley, to kind of Scott's point in terms of claiming the victory, making clear publicly across every different platform White House officials have a voice in, and the president himself, it's what we're going to see. We've seen it before. It's a playbook, but it's a playbook that's been effective in terms of how the public receives it. What are Democrats doing in this moment?
Well, I mean, I think I would
panicking, scrambling, rambling, doing the usual. 1 second, we're back.
challenge your point about it being effective. I mean, what we're seeing right now is Donald Trump is actually using Americans' pocketbooks as a negotiating weapon in his trade wars, and it's wreaking havoc on the economy as we actually speak. I mean, the markets fell here and abroad globally. You've had a situation where investors are pulling their stocks from companies that they think are going to be hardest hit by tariffs. You've got U.S. industry based from home builders to manufacturing as well as retailers saying that, you know, the prices are going to spike and the American people are going to pay a price. So this isn't over, you know, and the reality is this is just a betrayal of what Donald Trump promised the American people, and that was that he was going to lower prices.
No, he said he's going to put tariffs on pretty much everybody. If you try to play around with us, you're going to get hit with a tariff. And we're going to pretty much destroy your economy. And then you're going to come back crawling on your hands and knees to America. Because you know what's up. Our U.S. dollar is the best. I believe the peso is the worst. And then I'm not too sure how Canada's currency is. But it can't be that great because Texas' economy is bigger than her whole freaking country. What are we talking about here?
This is on day one. So Trump's trade wars are not over, and they're not, and the effect of them could be felt, and they're going to be felt by the American public in their pocketbooks.
Catherine, to Ashley's point, quantify what the actual impact is here. For people saying, look, the market bounced back, no tariffs were put into place, Trump got what he wanted, all's well, we'll do this again in 30 days. Is that kind of the reality from an economic perspective?
I mean, I don't know what Trump wanted in this situation. Again, he didn't actually get anything. But if he were to put these tariffs in place, they would be very painful for American consumers. Okay, Scott. I mean, this is
the total lie.
This is public information.
He got what he wanted. He got an agreement from our neighbors to do more on the border. That's what he wanted, and he got it.
Exactly what they have already been doing.
I understand you're the minister of propaganda tonight, but you don't have to be. You could just say, "Hey, it ends well here." Come on,
Cooker Scott.
If you know that these countries are committing to do exactly what they have already been doing, either you haven't done your homework or you think the American people are idiots. Because again, they're doing
option three. Donald Trump is enforcing what needs to be done at the border, which is more help from our friends. They are our allies and they are important people, but they need to help us, and they've not been helping us, and now they're going to help us even more.
They have been.
But the point is,
how can you say they've been helping us when we're going through this crisis? This is why the Republicans won. What did Sleepy Joe and what did Kamala do? What did they do? Absolutely nothing. Fill the Democrat Party pockets with all kind of money. That's why we got Doge now. Elon Musk and his 6 young bright stars. 6. All under 25. Man, stop it, Catherine. Stop it. You're insufferable. She's cute, but she's insufferable. She probably needs something stuck up her. I ain't gonna say it.
Is that it's
Dude,
Yeah,
also-
it's
ask every family with a fentanyl death how much they've been helping.
Scott, can I just
Well,
ask
they
you?
have done nothing more.
Scott, can I ask you though?
Nothing more.
Like this playbook is like there. He's got one play on.
We're gonna stop it right there. I can't believe the words that came out of her mouth. She's just here to help her because they don't have nothing to stand on, no ground, nothing. Trump is doing everything he promised. Of course, the economy is going to take a little bit longer because we got to get everybody to play. Canada, Mexico, China. You always saw what happened to Colombia. Boy thought he was really big, and then Trump said, "All right, 25% tariff." That boy's crumbled like a bag of freaking Doritos. Democrats, if y'all don't learn, the next 20 years is going to be Republican. Honestly, they might have to make a new party because the Democrats are just going to be gone, desolate. They just going to be out of here. All right, this is Big Fish with another reaction video. Go down to the comment sections, hit me with a comment, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. Peace.